Do you want to speak British English? Well, if so, today I'm going to give you some British expressions that you have to start using. But actually, I'm not just going to give you these expressions. We're going to have a quiz. So, as always, it's my pleasure to welcome you back to our class today. My name is Gideon. Now, as I said, today we are going to look at some British expressions. We're going to look at some idioms, some phrasal verbs, and some vocabulary that I particularly like to use. Now, just as a note, not all of these are just specific to England. They are used in other countries, but I do hear them a lot here. So if you do want to focus on British English, then you need to learn these expressions. As I said, I'm going to be a little bit mean today. I'm not just going to give you all of these expressions one after the other. We're actually going to have a quiz. So for each expression that we look at, I want you to guess what we're talking about first. So I'm going to read a sentence and I'm going to leave the British expression out. And I want to see if you can guess what it is. And I will gradually give you some clues to make it easier. But I want you to guess what it is first. And after that, we're going to break it down, look at the definition, and see how we can use it. So let's get straight into it with expression number 1. Now, this is an expression that I like to use all the time. It is a phrasal verb. So I'm going to read a sentence. I'm going to leave the phrasal verb out, but can you guess what it is? I'm just to the shops. Do you want anything? So it's 2 words. I'm just to the shops. Do you want anything? There's not a lot of information there. So if you get it at this point, really well done. Okay, let me give you a little clue. The second word starts with an O. The second word starts with the letter O. So I'm just, word that starts with the letter O, to the shops. Do you want anything? Have you got it yet? Another clue to make it even easier. The second word is out. Okay, that is the second word, out. I'm just out to the shops. Do you want anything? Can you guess what it is? And the phrasal verb we wanted to use here was popping out. I'm just popping out to the shops. Let me know in the comments, how many clues did it take before you got that phrasal verb? But what does it mean? Let's see. Well, when we say that we are popping out somewhere, it means that we are going to leave our current location. We're going to go outside and visit somewhere for a short period of time, often with the intention of returning back to where we are. So if we take our example sentence, maybe we are at home, we need some milk for a cup of tea. I'm just popping out to the shops to get some milk. Can I get you anything? So we're briefly going outside. We're going to go to the shops, get some milk, and return home. So popping out, to briefly go out somewhere. But as a little bonus phrasal verb, we can also say popping in, which means to visit somewhere or someone, maybe in their house. For example, I'm going to pop in and see Mum on my way home. I'm going to pop into Mum's house and see her. So a little bit different, but that is the first one, popping out. We use this all the time in England. I love it, so I want you to start using it, particularly if you're just briefly visiting somewhere. I'm just popping out to the shops. I'm just popping out for a walk. Give it a try. Okay, so now you've got the idea of how this class is going to work. Let's go on with expression number 2. Can you get it? Stop and do your homework. So it's 2 words. Stop and do your homework. Now I know this is first off extremely difficult. So if you get this, I am really impressed. Stop and do your homework. Now this is something that I hate to do, or it frustrates me when other people do it. But let's make this a bit easier with our first clue. The first word starts with F and the second word starts with A. Does that make it any easier? The first word starts with F and the second word starts with A. Have you got it yet? Clue number 3. The second word is around. Around. So stop, around, and do your homework. Any ideas? Remember that first word begins with F. Did you get it? This phrasal verb was stop faffing around. The main word is faffing. What on earth does that mean? When someone is faffing around, they are basically spending a lot of time doing something but achieving nothing. For example, let's take this sentence. Stop faffing around and do your homework. So maybe this is a parent talking to a child and the child is trying to find a pen. They're then going to the bathroom. They're then getting a snack. They're then doing something else. They are faffing around. They are looking very busy, but not really achieving anything. And we can also use this, perhaps, maybe we are going out with some friends. We are ready to go at the designated time. But as we go to leave, our friend is trying to find their wallets. They're putting on their boots, which take ages. They can't find their coat. They are faffing around. They look busy. They are rushing around, but actually they are accomplishing nothing. So that is another British expression that I want you to try using. Faffing around. You know, spending a lot of time looking busy, but not really doing anything or accomplishing anything worthwhile. But let's be honest, I think we all faff around from time to time. Right, let's move on to expression 3. Now this is just one word. It's one word that we like to use in England. If you get this one, again, I will be even more impressed. So this is the sentence. I wouldn't bother going in there. So we're looking for that last word. I wouldn't bother going in there. Any ideas? I know there's no context. It's extremely difficult. So if you get it at this point, very well done. Okay, as a clue, the word that we are looking for starts with C and ends in K. Starts with C and ends in K. Have you got it yet? And the final clue, the last part of the word is block. So we're just looking for that first part now. I wouldn't bother going in there. It's block. Have you got it? Very well done if you did, but the word that we were looking for was chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. What does it mean? Well, we use this word when we are talking about somewhere that is extremely busy, it is full or crowded. And sometimes we simply just shorten this to chocker. Chocker. So either chock-a-block or chocker. And in our example, I wouldn't bother going in there. It's chock-a-block. Maybe we are at a party. We go to enter a room, then somebody says, I wouldn't bother going in there. It's chock-a-block. Basically meaning that that room is full. It's crowded. There's no room, so there's really no point in going in there. And an area that I particularly like to use the shortened version of this, chocker, is when talking about traffic. So maybe we are driving on the motorway, we phone our friends or a family member and say, I'm going to be late home. The motorway is chocker, or the motorway is chock-a-block right now. Just really busy. It's full. It's crowded. So there you go. Did you get that expression? It was a difficult one. But again, try using it over the next week and see how you get on. Now, the next one, a brilliant phrasal verb. Let's see if you get it. Come on. You're taking up the whole sofa. Come on. You're taking up the whole sofa. So it's 2 words that we are looking for. 2 words. Any ideas? Come on. You are taking up the whole sofa. All right. First clue. The second word is up. Okay? The second word is up. Come on. Up. You're taking up the whole sofa. The first word we are looking for begins with B. So we have the second word up, but the first word begins with B. Any ideas? All right. The phrasal verb we were looking for was budge up. Budge up. Again, what does it mean? Let's have a look. When we ask somebody to budge up, we are asking them to move or to make room for you or someone else. So if we take this example, maybe we've got a friend over, they're taking up the whole sofa. You know, you've got that one friend that always sits in the middle. Come on, budge up, move over, move along to make room for me. And we mostly use this in an informal setting. For example, we wouldn't say to our boss at work, unless we are really close to them, but generally we wouldn't say, budge up, boss, get out the way. No, it's an informal way of saying, make room for me. We would use it with close friends and family. But brilliant expression. I love it. Budge up, make some room. Now, the next expression is an idiom. Again, it's an idiom I love to use. If you do get this first go, let me know in the comments and be honest, and I will be really, really impressed. Here's the sentence. The surprise party he's working late now. I'll read that again. The surprise party he's working late now. So it's 3 words. We're looking for 3 words. I'm going to give you a clue at the outset. Fruit. If that clue has helped you, then well done. The clue is fruit. The first word we are looking for is gone. Okay? Gone. The surprise party has gone. So we're looking for 2 words now. Remember that clue? Fruit. All right, let's make this even easier. The last 2 words. The first one begins with P and the second one begins with S. So it has gone, word beginning with P, then a word beginning with S. What do you think? Of course, this idiom was the surprise party has gone pear-shaped. He's working late now. Pear-shaped. Let's look at what it means. When something has gone pear-shaped, it means that it has not gone to plan or the way that we intended it to go. For example, here somebody has organised a surprise party and maybe they thought that this person was going to be home at a certain time. So they invited everyone to be here for a certain time. Then he calls up and says, oh, I'm going to be working late, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Well, that's ruined the surprise party. It's not going to plan. It has gone pear-shaped. Brilliant idiom. When things don't go the way that we quite expect or don't go to plan or the way that we intended, it's all gone pear-shaped. Love it. Okay, and the last expression we are going to look at, again, it's 1 word. Now, I couldn't talk about British vocabulary and expressions without talking about the weather. It would be rude not to. So this one is focused on the weather. The rain isn't that bad. It's only... So we're looking for that last word. The rain isn't that bad. It's only... Any guesses? Now, I know there's a few options you could use here, but there's one I'm looking for. Okay, so if you haven't got it yet, here's a clue. The word we are looking for has 2 T's in the middle. Has a double T. So the rain isn't that bad. It's only word with a double T in the middle. Well done if you've got it. But let's give you another clue just to make it a little bit easier. The word we are looking for begins with S. Okay? It begins with an S. So the rain isn't that bad. It's only... Well done if you've got it. The word is spitting. Spitting. How does that apply to the weather? Well, when we say that it's only spitting, we basically mean that it's raining extremely lightly. The rain is not heavy. And this is the rain that we often get in England. Just that light rain where you could get away without an umbrella, but it would be better if you did have one. But us being British, we're used to the rain, so we'll just go out when it's spitting. I went up London the other day and it was spitting pretty much the whole day. We don't care. We're British. So that is what we mean when we refer to the weather as, or the rain as it only spitting. It's just light rain. We don't really care about it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. There's some expressions, some idioms, phrasal verbs and vocabulary that I think are particularly British and I really enjoy using. And I wanted to make it more interesting rather than just telling you about those idioms. So I hope you enjoyed the quiz. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you did, how many you got right. Are any of those new expressions something that you've not heard before? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, I'll continue with with this series. But as a reminder, please don't just watch this video once and then that's it. Watch the video again now and make notes. So don't worry about the quiz, we've already done that. But just skip through, look at each word and write it down. Try and write it in context, because as we do this, we're locking it in our brains. And I want you to review it over the next week. So we don't just want to look at this vocabulary and then forget about it. We want to use it as much as we can. So try and find situations that you can use this new vocabulary over the next week. But if not, just talk to yourself in the mirror. Use this vocabulary just talking to yourself, because the more you do this, you lock it into your brain and then it becomes part of your usable vocabulary. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you can, give this video a thumbs up, say hi in the comments, subscribe, turn on notifications and all of that, because I've got more great English learning content coming out over the next few weeks. And as a reminder, if you would like to book a private class with me to take your English to the next level, click the link in the top comment on this video. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Have a good one, guys.